Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters for May 2025. And what we've got 3 matches. Which matches are they? Well, I'm about to tell you. So it's going to be in the yellow bracket. It's going to be round 2. Myles has already vanquished Joshua Tolles, and now Myles has got to take on the reigning CTWC DAS champion, Robin. The winner of this match will move on to the yellow top 16 against Eliash. Not today. We're not doing the Eliash match today, but at some point in the future. But yeah, this solo match, we're going to finish up the preliminaries of the yellow bracket. And then, remember that one we were supposed to do yesterday? Remember that one? Yeah, we're going to do that one. That's the pink bracket, Weisbrot versus Gold, and then the winner versus Tugi. And that will be another top 16 player to be fixed into the top 16. We've already got Chroma in there. We've already got Blue Scooty. We're about to get 2 more. And this is going to be pretty darn good. So I am excited for it. I hope you are too. Let us take a look at our rules. Players, please listen to the rules. This is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play on emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified. Players should not use any. Players should not use any controller. Use your mind. No, players can use any controller as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used. Whether electronical, mechanical, or biological, no biological turbo. Players should not receive any real-time advice, and they should not pause unless the commentator tells them to. Level 18 starts all the way through, players. We will be using same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. And players, please make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on. And remember, this is a DAS tournament. There are lots of other tournaments you can play with all the other play styles, but this is a DAS tournament. So if you don't want to play DAS, you can play the other tournaments, but this is a DAS tournament. So please heed the spirit of DAS by pressing and holding as the way that you move the pieces. Of course, a quick tap is allowed, and, little taps in the middle are, fine and in the spirit of DAS. And, you know what DAS is. Best of 5 throughout. And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which, with your help, has swelled to $61.03. Thank you to everybody who has contributed so far to the prize pool. Right now, we're paying the top 4. If we get to pay the top, if we get to 1,200, we will be paying the top 8. So, I don't know. Let's see if we can get there. If you get $1 or $2 or $5 or $10, or, help us out. If you want to support the DAS tournament specifically, this is the way to do it. Use the Matcherino command on Twitch or on YouTube. If you're watching live, that'll bring up some links. The third link is the one for DAS Masters. Click on that to be taken to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Go to the top right-hand corner is where you log in. You can use your existing Twitch or YouTube account to log in. It's so easy. Once you're in, there's a mustard colored button that says contribute, and there you can contribute. So thank you to everybody who has helped us out this month and in previous months. That's the way to support the players. If you want to support the channel, go to patreon.com/monthlytetris, where you can pledge an ongoing amount of support to, Classic Tetris Monthly and your old pal Vandy. Keep this whole thing going. This is what allows us to stream whenever the players are available. The players are available at all different and weird times. And, would we be able to accommodate it if we did not have 24/7 ability to stream them? Well, probably not. So this is what makes it possible. Sticker, double sticker, and community level members, thank you. Mega Master, Scott Gray, J in the Window, K9 Tacky, Corporal shall be Troy Dan Kim M. Rogue Potato, Cat Kit McMonkey, and Mila. Thank you for your generous support. And go to the merch store, ctm.wtf, and consider gifting merch to chat or buying merch for your own self. You can do that at ctm.wtf. Okay. Anything else? Is there anything else we got to do? Am I on the right thing here? See, Robin. Oh, I don't have the right. I thought I had the right things open. So what? Myles is number. Wait, what? Robin is number 9, right? Robin is 9. Here, we'll do the jank on the screen, so there's some entertainment for the people. So Robin is number 9, and Myles is number 9. Apparently, you're both number 9. 25. Okay. Let's what are we doing? Okay, scores. We got to reset the scores from yesterday or last night, or I guess yeah, last night is still yesterday, right? And then round 2, we're gonna set to round 2, and then we gotta find not Poopy and Hannah, but Robin and Myles. So let's see. Robin game and Robin camera. All right, look at that. Robin ready to go. Got the Nike swoosh. Gunning for victory. All right, Nike victory. 25. Myles. Mild-mannered Myles. All right, we are letting the players warm up a little bit. Do 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 do. Big stretch. Okay, everybody's hydrating, everybody's feeling good. Myles is going to turn on his Hertz and input display, right? Myles, you're going to do that? You're going to do that, Myles, right? Of course you are. Robin, I'm sure, has already got it. All right, good boy. Here are the pieces, players. 03D809. 03D809. Let me just fix one of these cameras a little bit. We got, see, we got black on the bottom there. And we'll do a little bit of this. Do a little bit of this for Myles. Okay. Well, looks like we got 2 players who are ready. That's exciting. Can you imagine being actually ready on time to play Tetris? Let's go ahead and get these players started. Yellow bracket Robin versus Myles. The winner goes to the top 16 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. All right, TOIL, toil, is what the first 4 letters spell out. Hopefully it will not be too much toil for you to enjoy this stream between Robin and Myles. On that left side of the screen, it is Robin. She qualified into this tournament into seed number 9 with a 1.07 million average of the top 2 games that she played in a 1-hour qualifying period. I had to remember how long was it? Yeah, I keep saying, I've been saying 90-minute qualifier for like a month. I forgot how many minutes it was. Robin's overall DAS PB, 1.25 million. That's good for about 30th on the overall list. And ranked number 11 in the most recent Premier poll that is run by Pumpy Heart over at premierpoll.com. Robin made her DAS Masters debut in February 2025 and had quite a run going all the way, what was it, to the finals, right? I think it was the finals. God, I'm so wiped from Mega Masters that I don't remember anything anymore. But do I ever? 150 here for Robin, 148 for Myles. Of course, Robin, the reigning CTWC DAS champion. CTWC holds their annual worldwide DAS championship in Germany. Robin was the winner. He was also top 8 in that same event the previous year. Also the winner of a hopeful circuit back in February of 2023. On the right side, it is Myles. He's at 178, 177 for Robin. Myles qualified into seed number 25 with a 981,000 average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. He's got a DAS PB of 1.21 million. He's got an overall PB of 8.06, but I can guarantee you he will not be getting that score in this match today. 215 for Myles, 227 for Robin. Myles' PB is good for about 50th on the list of PBs. Myles was the 6th crasher of NES Tetris. That triggering that game crash, at around, level 155, 157, or whatever it was. And I think there's still only like 10 or 11 people who've crashed the game. I thought it was going to be a whole host of people doing it, but there have not been a lot. 242 Myles, 278 Robin. Long bars get over, Tetrises for each. Myles has been in the finals of Classic Tetris Monthly 4 times. He was top 8 in CTWC last year and top 16 the year before. And you may have seen Myles out at various qualifiers the last few years, including winning the Desert Qualifier in 2022 and getting to the finals in Stillwater and Waco in 2024. And Myles was top 16 in Mega Masters last month. 315 for Myles, 308 for Robin. You gotta keep working on it, Summer. You're getting there. You're getting there. Keep working. You're gonna hit on one, and it's gonna snap immediately. 342 for Myles, 357 for Robin. So Robin ahead 15,000 points, 2 lines ahead. It's not easy. Yeah, it is not easy, especially when you have to use your own mind and not like those people that were using, LLMs to cheat. A new giveaway has been triggered by Decanter for CTWC Paris. He's gifted a decider.ping can glass to the chat. So if you want to get in on that, use the !join command to try and win the giveaway. That decanter for CTWC Paris. I don't think that's B-canter in the chat. I think that's decanter, right? Because if they get a decider, it's France. So they need a decanter for the wine that comes from France. 502 entry into 19 for Robin, 489 for Myles. Tetrises on 19 are worth 24,000 points. They're going to increase in value 1,200 points every level increase, which will be indicated by the color increase. 534 for Robin, 495 for Myles. So thank you, Decanter, for CTWC Paris. I don't know. Should I join it? Should I join it? Would that be wrong for me to try to win it? I don't think so. I'm a fan. I'm a person. You know? I'm a person. 555 for Myles. 565 for Robin. Fractal 7th Roommate is joining. Commentators are people too. Yeah. Don't dehumanize commentator. 575 for Robin. 570 for Myles. Tetris for Robin. 605. 571 for Myles. So, players still keeping it close, just within a few, about 7,000 points apart. And remember, level 29 is the DAS kill screen. The speed will increase again, basically doubling, and it is virtually unsurvivable with the DAS playstyle. So players have under 50 lines to go to get whatever points they're going to get, and they're keeping it pretty tight against each other. 740 for Robin, 729 for Myles. No winners? Oh, it said no winners of the giveaway. Don't run anymore. Don't run anymore. It's not enter. It's the fact that the bot is not connected to chat in the right way. So don't run anymore. I'll rerun it. I'll reconnect the bot when I get a chance and rerun it. So my apologies, folks. 821 for Robin, 809 for Myles. Both players have been playing very clean and matching each other, point for point for about 100 lines. Tetris for Myles, 843. Tetris for Robin, 890. She's into 28. Myles is into 28. Tetris for Robin really has not slowed down. And what is going to happen here? Myles gets a Tetris 914. There's one for Robin into 29 at 961. Myles needs to get 2 Tetrises. He's got a shot here. If he can get the 2, he can take it. He's set up for them. The long bar gets over, and Myles is going to take game 1. So they matched each other point for point, the entire time. And, there was just really not much that anybody could do. I mean, they played super efficiently, and it was just the fact that Myles had that one line available. He did not transition into 29 with that last Tetris, and he was able, with a clean board, to set up for another one and get it. So, yeah, I mean, goodness gracious. Skill and luck coming together. Myles takes game 1. What a game. It was not a very eventful game, but it was just a very clean game by 2 really good players. Yeah, you can't rerun it with the same people. You have to rerun it again when the people are there. But I'll try it, see if I can reconnect the bot somehow. This happens every once in a while. It's kind of an annoyance. Connected. I'm not exactly sure why it didn't connect. I think I have to reconnect. Was it the Stream Elements bot? Stream Elements. I think I have to disconnect and reconnect. All right, it's reconnected now. I don't know if it's gonna work, but let me try to rerun it right now. Let's see if it works. And I'm sorry if it doesn't. All right, we're gonna try it again. Dog playing Tetris says, holy, right? That was a good game. I mean, yeah, you can't really say, oh, One player ran into this crazy situation. They misdrop. It was like one of the cleanest games by two people at the same time I've ever seen. 2A975D, but it wasn't like, oh, they both got 1.2s, but it was just a very clean, smooth, consistent game. 2A975D. Both players are ready. Game number 2. Myles is up 1 game to none. All right, let's try it again, folks. Exclamation point join. And if it doesn't work, my apologies. I tried to disconnect and reconnect the bot to see if it would help. And I appreciate you're all helping me test it. DJ Mr. Burrow, thanks for the Prime sub 17 months. Really appreciate that. Rogue Potato with the contribution to the prize pool, 866. That's very nice. Appreciate that. It's going to bring us up to, of course, oh, you horrible people, $69.69. My goodness. Exclamation point join if you want to help test the giveaway system and see if it goes through. If it doesn't go through this time, then I'll have to troubleshoot it off stream because I don't want to keep interrupting the stream. I mean, I want to, but I just I'll have to do some extended troubleshooting. So hey, Robin gonna uncover that right side well long bar over Tetris. Robin 78,000. There is one for Myles, 98,000. The bot is dead. Long live the bot has gifted something, but it hasn't come through yet. So I think there's something wrong with the system. So we'll see if it yeah, Madelsberger knows the fix is in. Says Vandy says I should join this giveaway. Also, Vandy, hey guys, yeah, the bot isn't working right. Weird. Oh my god, the fix is in. So I'll troubleshoot the bot and I'll try to rerun these at some point. But yeah, just refrain from gifting them, although they might still be active. I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, no, you should keep doing join until the giveaway resolves. Dirty Tetris for Robin, 270, 231 for Myles. Yeah, I don't think it's coming back. I think somehow the bot is a little bit borked right now. So yeah, not sure exactly why that is. Maybe it's actually working in the background. Oh, let's take a look. Yeah, it's not doing it. Myles is set up for a dirty Tetris, and he's mildly amused about it. Long bar Tetris in the middle. Myles setting up for the Vits, and he's going to get it to set up for another Tetris. So he's trying to come back early, and this is pretty smart for Myles. You know, taking a slightly more aggressive but not too dangerous lines here on 18. Rather than trying to get them toward the end, it might actually be a pretty big brain move. Rather than trying to be like, oh, well, I'll just see what happens, you know, toward the end and try to set up for 2 if I have to. Especially against Robin, very dangerous and consistent player. It's pretty good to try to go for, make up some of that lead on 18. Okay, Myles in a little bit of a pickle here. The long bar gets over. So now he's got to try find an L piece. Would be great for that left. He gets it. And now this is a very difficult down stack here for a DAS player. He's making progress here, and he's just like one line away from uncovering the well, which he does, and the long bar gets over. So great survival. That's like Myles Dig DAS edition. 420 for Myles, 515 for Robin. And Robin is into 19 at 539. Oh, wow. And I know that is a named adjustment, but I don't remember who it is. I always think every adjustment is like Tristop, but just because he made the adjustment guide. 493 for Myles, 589 for Robin. Or maybe that's like a coffee. It's always one of those adjustment freaks, naming adjustments. Or, oh no, Robin in trouble. 614 top out for Robin. So the target for Myles is 615. That happened on level 20. Myles with a good stack, and Burns kind of lined up here, so he could go for a while. And there is absolutely no pressure on Myles, really, except just to stay alive and, take points. So he can take these, conservative burns here and just try to live to fight another day. 615 is that target. He's on level 22. Tetris is on 22, worth 27,600. So you can see like 3 Tetrises total worth of points would clinch it. But he does not need to get all those points by way of the Tetris. He still has, 57 lines to work with. Okay, he's open. He would like to get a Tetris though, but just seems like the bar is not coming when he's open. I mean, of course, you don't have to get everything by a Tetris, but it's a big chunk of points. And the sooner you can end it, the sooner. Okay, there it is. Myles going to get the Tetris. 619. Myles is good. Yeah, you don't like when I or whoever says like he does not have to get them by way of the Tetris. The benefit of the Tetris is it's a lot of points at once, and so you minimize the risk of like some fatal misdrop, right? Because you're scoring faster with fewer lines and less opportunities to mess up. Okay, so Myles going to go up 2-0 over Robin. Or none. Did I say one or none? Whatever. It's 2-0. Okay, both players ready. Let's just check seed, make sure. Both players are indeed ready. Myles looking to win it right now. Robin needs to win to extend this match and stay in the tournament. Robin trying to get back to those finals. Take on whichever Artiaga is the opponent. And that is the big question, is how long can this streak of Dog or Andy winning this tournament last? I mean, it's got to end at some point, right? Tetris Myles, 91,000. There's another one, 114. Dog and Andy separate sides of the bracket? Yeah, good question. I think so. Let's see. Yeah, they are. Andy in orange, Dog is in green. So we could just have a total anticlimax at the end with these two those two in there, but I mean, I just think I don't know. I got to think. Das is a lot of variance just because of how short-term luck can influence any one game or one match, and you got to figure. I mean, like, it just can't continue, right? Okay, Robin is getting up pretty high here, but uncovers, keeps a good lane for that bar to travel, gets a couple Tetrises here. 214 for Robin, 197 for Myles. All right, Maitre Huitien enjoying line spins by Robin. I totally missed it because I was looking up the bracket. Thanks, Jay in the window. Missing line spins because of Jay in the window yet again. Tetris for Myles, 246. Tetris for Robin, 283. Yep. Facepalm. Tetris Robin, 329 through 68. And at this pace, that would give her a 600K transition into 19 if she can stay on this pace. Of course, it's not always up to the player. It's up to the vagaries, the shifting winds of the RNG. $321 Myles, $359 for Robin. Okay, Myles there kind of made an adjustment that immediately gave him no good place for a T, and so now he's in a little bit of a dig here. Beautiful J piece to help bring this down, and now he's one. Okay, yeah, he uncovers that, so a little survival for Myles required. Yeah, it's like I kind of saw it in slow motion. I'm like, oh no, that adjustment is not going to give you a good place for anything, or at least that T anyway. Or maybe it was an early shift. It might not be an adjustment. Might have been an early shift somehow. Okay, Robin now trying to uncover, trying to stay clean here, trying to knock this down. That long bar does get over. And now it's Robin's turn to dig here. Uses the long bar for the left. Seems very brave to me. I would have chickened out. But Robin knows exactly where these pieces can and cannot go. She's going to skim open that well, get a long bar for a Tetris. Very skillful. I would have made about like 4 or 5 different wrong decisions right there. I would have tried to get pieces where they were just not going to go. I would have adjusted improperly. I mean, very low key, like it doesn't, that's the kind of thing you don't go, oh my God. But just little decisions like that is why Robin is still playing. 455 for Robin, 476 for Myles. Okay, the S spin for Robin into 19. Gotta miss that other S spin. It's hard to get those timings, one on 18 and the next on 19. $494 Robin, $528 Myles. Robin on level 20. Now Myles into 20. Excuse me. Oh no, that right side for Robin is fatal. There's nothing she's going to be able to do on that right side. I don't know if she lost Das or what it was exactly, but Myles is good in game number 3 and will take this one in a sweep. GG's Robin. Obviously flashes of brilliance there, but in the end, a couple of misdrops there are going to kind of decide the whole thing, because both of them were very consistent and close the entire time. And really good set between Myles and Robin. It is Myles who will be coming out on top. So GG's Robin, GG's Myles. Myles, you're going to the top 16. Let me go ahead and report the results of this one. And we'll see what our bracket will look like in a moment. And yeah, it's going to go in the books as a 3-0, but it felt closer really the entire way. Okay. Well, it does not get any easier. You got to go through Josh Tolles, a perennial top 8 player, and then you get to Robin, and Robin, you know, the reigning CTWC DAS champion, and then you got to go to Eliash, who has just been, you know, so good and so consistent in this tournament for so many months. So it just never gets easier in classic Tetris. Okay, so we've got a little bit of time between this and our pink bracket. I'm going to assume that those other two are not necessarily ready. We're going to move on to our pink bracket. It's going to be Weisbrot, Gold, and Tugi. All Europe, right? So Germany, North Macedonia, and Australia. I mean, Austria. Dummy. Austria, not Australia. What did I say? Listen, it's early, okay? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I just woke up. You know, sometimes you misspeak. I was wrong on the internet, guys. Okay, so I don't think they're necessarily going to be ready right now. Yeah, Tugi from Australia, yeah. I just was picturing the AUT in my mind of the country code, and that triggered me to say Australia, which is totally weird. Tugi upside down. Okay, I'm going to set up our board here. You guys can hang out for a bit. I'm not going to raid you off just for 20 minutes. It is their fault. Yeah, I blame them for having similar names. DJ Mr. Burrow. But yeah, it's going to be 22 and 27. I don't think they're going to be ready for now. But I can at least set up the match. Get a look at our top 16, by the way. We're filling it in. We are filling it in. Like, we're very filled in over on the Masters side. And now, you know, it's getting there in the DAS Masters. It's only the 11th of the month, so we are making steady progress. The schedulers have been doing great. And then, let's see, 27 on slot 2. If you've never seen it, watch Gary Gulman's stand-up routine on the state abbreviations, which he did on Conan shows. All right, I will take a look. I will indeed take a look. I'm going to refresh these streams, though, just in case they do happen to be streaming. I mean, I don't think that's going to be the case. You're here? Okay, yeah. I mean, we're probably going to start at our appointed time. I imagine Weisbrot will probably be here at the right time. But if he does show up early and wants to play, that is fine, but you're not obligated to play until 18 minutes from now. And what is this? Pink? All right, get rid of yellow. Goodbye, yellow. Hello, pink. 22 and 27. Okay, yeah, so you, Gold, assume that you're going to be playing in about 18 minutes. Is probably the right thing to assume. Excuse me. All right, I guess I'm gonna play a little Norg until we start. I gotta fill in. Does anyone know what NR means at the player's info during matches? Yeah, it means that they are not ranked. So there is a premier poll run by Pumpy Heart at premierpoll.com, and that is their players' ranking. And if they're not ranked, it means they're not ranked on that premier poll. There's only 20 players who are ranked. Burp. All right. We're playing. Whoops. All right, let me see. I haven't played I am not warmed up at all. I'm looking for a ranked opponent. You meant RK. Yeah, it stands for rank. All right, I'm playing against a robot. I don't want to play against a robot, but I guess I'll play against a robot. Let's see how I do. All right. 2, 2, 7, 9, C1. A robot. I'm playing against a robot. You sound like my friend Dan. All right. 2, 2, 7, 9, C1. I am ready to go. Level 12. Let's see if I can win at level 12. Maybe the robot doesn't want to play against me either. Oh, that's true. But I think it does, because this is how it's getting its data on all of us, right? It's learning about people and how they move and how they think, their foibles. And it's going to use it all against us in the coming robot uprising. All right, the robot is winning. Oh, no. It's me versus a robot for all humanity. And the fate of the planet. We're in trouble. That's true. Yeah, that's what... I guess that's good. We need only the worst players to go up against the robot, because the robot will lull them into a false sense of security, right? They'll be underprepared because they studied only the worst Tetris players. And then when we whip like, Dog and Fractal at them, they'll be like, what? We didn't prepare. We didn't prepare for this. Okay, I'm winning against the robot. That would have made a much better Tetris movie than the one we got, right? Oh man, I'm gonna lose against a robot. But yeah, my friend Dan says robot. Well, we both kind of say it together as an in joke because it's I don't know. I'm a Columbo fan, and there's an episode where Columbo, it involves a kid and a robot. And Columbo calls it a robot. Because it was the 70s and they didn't know. Call it a robot. I don't even know if that's wrong, but it's just funny that he calls it a robot. Oh, I'm in a Vandy dig. It's sort of like a Myles dig, except you don't survive. Stack robot. Madelsberger, what'd you call me? Oh my god. Terrible. Okay. Okay. Column 3, I guess, is where we're living. Okay. We're living in column 3. Are we ahead? We're actually ahead of the robot. Oh, early shift. That is going to cost me some pace against the robot. Yeah, it doesn't seem, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It just seems a little, at first glance, it just seems worse than it is. Okay, let's see. Oh, boy. Why did I choose to do that? Nobody knows. Nobody. I mean, I guess, I already had one long bar dependency, so why not just trade it for a higher, worse, and more desperate one? right? Oh no! I'm gonna lose against the robot. Come on, robot. Lose. Lose, 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 lose. You've been watching the robot the whole time thinking it was me? Oh, no. You knew it wasn't me because, you know, the robot's playing well. Oh, look, misdrop, look. Is that going to seal it? Will this seal it for our robot friend? No, of course. It's been making a lot of decisions you thought were weird, so you thought it was me. That makes sense. Come on, robot. This robot... Oh, and the speed is increased now. No. He has been digging a bit, though. I mean, this is a very consistent robot. Nobody playing at his level makes this dig like this. Except in its, like, best moments. Yeah, I mean, really. No chase down nerves. All right, does anyone want to play one real quick? Are these bots from Nestras when there aren't enough live players? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, I have time for one quick game. Three, two, one. All right, I won't. All right, I won't do it. I'll play a couple of I'll play puzzles because we got to start in 5 minutes. Is there going to be a match or not? Yes, it's at 1 o'clock. We have 5 minutes RXS. We have 5 minutes till it starts. That's the scheduled time. I am not warmed. I usually warm up on. I don't even know what my keybinds are for this. Let's see. Go. I haven't done puzzles in a few days, so we'll see if I have anything in me at all. Yeah, okay. Oh, whoops. Oh, right. Ah! Come on, go there. Yes, okay. Is it that or that? No. Or neither. This is where it gets harder. No. There's no other way to do that? Alright. We're living on borrowed time. Oh! Shoot. What did I do? Yeah. Mine's too flat. Too flat. Alright, I have time for one more. I mean, I'm not really going for this anymore because I have... my goal was to get the red achievement or the blue achievement, which was 60. And I got 62. Ugh. No. Bad. Bad boy. I'm just a mess. Just a mess. All right, time to screw up one more. Nope. Ah, get over. Thank you. Ah, get into place. Jerk. I knew that wasn't right, but I didn't know it. My froze. I totally froze. Ah, no. Thank you. No, that wasn't going to be it. All right, Weisbrot is here. Good. I don't have to embarrass myself in front of the people anymore. Weisbrot, you are here. That is a nice way to say white bread. Weisbrot. Oh, I'm glad we're able to get this match done this weekend, actually. That is very good news. All right. And username gold seems like the most relaxed. This is the most relaxed I've ever seen a person be. This is very relaxed. All right, he's moving around. I don't know where he's going to be, so we'll figure it out when he's actually playing. Okay. You are very, very relaxed. All right, that's where you're going to be? All right, got it. And let me just... How are we on stencil time? Gold. Be a little off. 27. But it might not be Gold's fault. It might be my fault. Yeah. That's not bad. You got some stuff at the bottom, but we'll live. Will we live? Well, let me try to fix it a little bit. Let me try to fix it a little bit, and we'll get started. I can't help myself. Play a little warm-up game if you would. Let's play one warm-up game, and that way I can fix stencil because they're a little bit off. Oh, thank you. Just a little bit off. Just a tiny little bit. Not a ton. Okay. That will be... Will that be good enough? That's good enough. And Weisbrot is off as well, actually. by a fair amount. It's okay. Oh, that's actually... No. That's a... All right, hold on. A lot of it was me, but they're still off. It's all right. We're fixing it. Your old pal Vandy will fix it. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, it was just too well. Yeah. Yep, just click on there. You go. Okay. That's okay. It's fine. You know, it's only a game of you know, pattern recognition and visual acuity, so it's no big deal. Okay. All right, folks, we are here. It is Classic Tetris Monthly Das Masters. We're playing the pink bracket. It's the one down the bottom here. It's going to be Weisbrot versus Username Gold. We're going to call him Gold. And the winner will take on Das legend Tugi. So this should be a pretty good one. Everybody's over there in that whole Europe area, you know. Weisbrot, Germany, Username Gold, North Macedonia, Tugi, Austria. So it should be pretty good. Players, I'm going to go ahead and give you your pieces so that you can put them in when you're ready. But if you need to warm up a little bit, that is fine too. These are these two matches are going to be the last matches of the day. And you guys know, while I love Tetris, is there anyone who loves streaming Tetris more than I do? Well, probably. But I'm looking forward to just kind of a relaxing, no screen rest of the day. No more screens. Right? Read a book. So players, when you are ready, the pieces are here. They are FD1755. FD1755. Read a book on streaming? Oh, crap. It's a brisk 15C. You're going for ice cream and a walk. Sounds good. Although, honestly, I have some ideas for CTM, and I kind of want to work on them, but I know that I need relaxation. So I'm going to just listen to my mind and not my errant desires. FD1755. Okay, both players are on seed. Both players have signaled ready. So I say, let us get them started. Weisbrot versus Username Gold, pink bracket, Das Masters May 2025, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, on the left side of your screen, it is Weisbrot, which I understand now. I don't speak German. I tried to learn it, you know, and after like a week, I was like, I don't want to learn this. But my understanding is that Weisbrot means white bread in German. Like, so, you know, that most boring of all bread. That is what Weisbrot means. According to what I've heard, 991 qualifier. That's the average of Weisbrot's best two games in a 1 hour qualifying period. That's going to give him seed number 22 here in Das Masters this month from Germany. That's what DEU stands for. Deutschland. Weisbrot's got an overall PB of 1.08 million, a DAS PB of 1.08 million. This is his second DAS Masters appearance, and he's played various games across the entire classic Tetris universe, including a lot of games in Tetris for the Non-Pros, Classic Tetris League, a lot of our lower open and DAS tiers, as well as Tetris friendlies, and was the winner of the Super Circuit, right? Remember we had the lower circuits of DAS Masters, which on some level I do want to bring back, but there's only so much we can do right now. But won the Super Circuit in October 2024. On the right side, it is username Gold, who had a qualifier of 970,000. Best two games in a 60-minute qualifier. We're going to say Gold because I don't want to say username Gold every single time. Hope that's okay. Gold from MKD, that is the country code for North Macedonia. It's got a DAS PB of 1.23 million. That's good for about 37th on the overall list. 155 here for Weisbrot. 181 for Gold. Username Gold's been around the classic Tetris scene since 2020, but in the match database, he's only got 27 matches in the match database. So, you know, just kind of hanging around, but not playing too many ranked matches, which is crazy. But Username Gold did win something called the 6-4 Invitational. So there is a community member named 6-4 who apparently had an invitational tournament. And as far as I could tell, Username Gold won it, unless I'm reading the match database wrong. I hope I'm not. But yeah, so there's Username Gold. Wearing the CTWC DAS shirt. 228 for Weisbrot. 258 for Gold. If you want to support the prize pool, that is the thing you can do, folks. That helps keep the players coming back. It has brought several players out of a retirement or a hiatus. Just, you know, the chance to win the prize and also just to play in a DAS tournament. A lot of players have sort of come back into the competitive Tetris scene, and that prize pool does help. So if you want to support the prize pool, use the Matcherino command in the chat if you're watching live, MATCHERINO. That'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner Matcherino, and there you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account, actually, and go from there. 326 for Weisbrot on, we are on level 18, of course. There's 130 lines of that before it gives way to level 19 and a speed increase. 353 for Gold. Gold played in Challengers. Yeah, I believe Gold played in Challengers. You can look it up on in the match database. I don't know if you have the link for that, but it's a pretty fun document. You can't do any damage to it, but you can search. That is the spreadsheet. I think that's pretty public. So, and yeah, you can just put two players in there and see what their matches have been, and then you can put opponents in there. Now the problem is only one person can really do it at a time. It's not meant to be this whole, you know, thing. So don't fight with each other looking up players. Like only one person can use the drop down at a time. Okay, so Username Gold played in Community, Challengers in 2021. Yeah, that one match against Doge. But also has played in Futures and Hopefuls and in Tetris Deathmatch. So there you go, whoever is bringing that up. 495 for Gold, 469 for Weisbrot. The winner of this will play Tugi for a top 16 spot. Hey, Tetris for Gold into 19 at 546. There's a Tetris, another one, 570. Weisbrot gonna single or double, I guess, actually, into 19. Means it now at 524. 524 is my birthday in 13 days. Okay, Gold's gonna get that that Z to the left. And that was critical that he get that over there to be able to fill out this board. Okay, Weisbrot into 20, now into 21 at 563. Gold still fighting here. Uncovers the right side. Now, a long bar down for a Tetris. And I love the placement of that O piece on the left. It just barely got over. He got it over. And now he's got a good low board and the lead at 621. 597 for Weisbrot. You think Weisbrot has a 1.18? Well, I go by the... I went by the DAS leaderboard, and there it did not show as that, and I can't... I don't have infinite resources to chase down everybody's different PBs across different modes on all things. So if it's on the DAS leaderboard, that is basically where I find it. There is a DAS leaderboard. Are you in? You're in the Discord, right? Go to the research group. There's a research lab category, and it should be in leaderboards, or it might be in the DAS discussion pinned. So. Well, I don't know if people should submit to the leaderboard, but if they want me to say their PB's right on stream and it to be known, then they can do it if they want to. But, you know, there's no obligation to be tracked by a community if you're just playing Tetris for your own enjoyment. 682 for Weisbrot, 780 for Gold. And, you know, sometimes people just get a series of poverty PBs, you know, just short, low increases in their PBs, and none of which on its own feels worthy of like reporting, you know? And so they just end up, you know, maybe their PBs are a few thousand points out of date or something, but it's not a big deal. Okay, Gold now in trouble, scrambling. Let's see what he can do. He's got the lead, but this is a very tough board to manage. Gets a piece over to that right side. He's scrambling, trying to add whatever points he can. And Weisbrot in the same situation, and they're both going to top out at the same time. And Gold was up by 100,000 points when it happened. So Gold will take game number 1. Yeah, like if you have a 1.08 and then you get a 1.18, a lot of times people don't feel that's worth updating. You put your PB in the leaderboard just for me. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Weisbrot. Really appreciate it. It helps. It helps me. You know, I like to be coming prepared to these tournaments. I want to know the stats. I want to tell people who the players are, not just... And I think what I used to do and what some people just do is they assume everybody knows who the players are. And so they just go and they just, you know, 3, 2, 1 Tetris, and then they just start describing the Tetris on the screen. And then the two people are just like these just out of context people. You don't know who they are or why they're playing or what they've done or what the stakes are. So I like to, you know, tell people a little bit about who you all are, you know? It is updated now? Okay, yeah. So I did it. I made these graphics yesterday, so he must have done it since in the last 24 hours. In which case, it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be up to the minute because this is a graphic, right? And I can't go continually searching for updates. I mean, it'd be great, you know, if we had like infinite resources. Imagine we had an automated, you know, system where there's a database, and as soon as somebody updates it, it auto-generates the graphic that I need. Like that's technically possible, right? It's very possible to do, but you know, obviously it takes resources and people to maintain it and do it. You trust people and go by the bot. Well, yeah, but the bot doesn't have DAS PB in it, which I think it should. And you know, listen, this is nothing against the PAL people, but PAL, not a lot of people are playing PAL nowadays, and I think it would be either add DAS to that, or maybe replace PAL with DAS. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that's controversial. I shouldn't say that. This is an all-European stream. I should not dog on PAL right now. Oh, no, we do not increment. I'm sorry. We do not increment. It's BBD9F9. We do not increment. Sorry, that's probably the most annoying part of CTM for the players besides scheduling, is the fact that we don't increment, but it's just kind of a game security issue, and you know, we just want to make sure that, well, obviously we trust all of our players. By doing a reroll, we just make it 100% impossible, or at least 99.999% impossible to, well, no, we don't. But it helps. BVD9F9. Okay, both players are ready. Game number 2. Bring back Authword. I mean, we still have Authword. Right? We didn't have Authword in a match. I mean, that would be crazy. But we still do have the Authword in qualifying. Mr. Brain says, yeah, you could do something like that pretty easily. See, I really should have gone to school as a comp sci major like I was considering doing, but then I fell under the spell of philosophy and I went in as a philosophy major. But I actually don't regret it. I mean, I'd have been paid more, but I don't regret it. That was the right move for me, even though it didn't exactly work out the way I wanted to. I didn't know that in advance. But yeah, no regrets. 60,000 for gold, 93,000 for Weisbrot. But if I had, learned programming, then maybe I could have done something for CTM. I didn't know I was going to be a CTM guy. Tetris for Weisbrot 142, 85,000 for gold. You think there should be a PB for each playstyle in the bot? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't disagree. I think what you could do is maybe just have basic PBs in the PB command, and then if you want the whole rundown, go to profile, like every little tiny whatever we know about the player in their every single PB and every kind of subcategory could be in profile. But yeah, I think DAS PB, regular PB, and if you want to keep, and yeah, I think actually you could have overall, you could have DAS and you could have PAL, and then put the 19 PB. That's a little bit of an antiquated way of thinking about classic Tetris nowadays. Like it made sense back then, but it doesn't really make too much sense nowadays. And you can put that in profile if people want to track it, 183 for gold, 261 for Weisbrot. So yeah, I would change it if I was in charge. Although I was the one that kind of commissioned the bot. I was like, we need to have a bot. And they're like, okay, volunteers made it. 229 for gold, 283 for Weisbrot. But if I were in charge of the bot or had any influence, that's what it would be nowadays. I think it's got to change. And it just has not changed in what information. There's been a couple little things, but nothing wholesale. 312 for Weisbrot, 256 for gold. It's very important for DAS and lower level players. Yeah, I guess so. It just doesn't have any competitive import, which I think is the context in which most people are accessing the bot. Like, yeah, CTL has 19 starts or whatever, but anybody through whom that's relevant already plays very well on PB and has a high 19 PB, so it kind of doesn't, you're not comparing anything that matters. 349 for gold. Yeah, I mean, we've got Pal in there, so I don't know. Maybe the bot team just needs a shot in the arm of people with some energy to make a couple of changes, you know. 395 for gold, 452 for Weisbrot. $402 for gold, 457 for Weisbrot. Yeah, the whole point of the bot early on was to support Tetris Deathmatch, actually. Like, it was for the matchmaking, and then if we're going to matchmake, well, we need PBs in there, you know? It was a long time ago, like 2018, 2019. Tetris Weisbrot 515, 3 lines away from 19. Gold is approaching that 19 transition as well. You could play me. Yes, you could. And you would win. That's for sure. If you have Norg, you know, I might do it. We're into 19. Both players, 526 for gold, 523 for Weisbrot. So a super close one here in game number 2. And now a little 100 lines until 29, and the players have got to do all their scoring before that 29 hits. Tetris for Weisbrot. There's one for gold. So gold is ahead by 26,000 points. That's about one Tetris here on 21. And the lines are the same. Gold's board now needs some attention. Weisbrot still with a good board, but getting a little droughted, so has to take it down, get a triple, reestablish, get a Tetris. 612. Weisbrot. Is keyboard rolling a different playstyle versus rolling in general? Yeah, I mean, that's tough to say. It's the same basic motion. I would probably still categorize it as rolling. It's the same. You're doing essentially the same thing, although I think it's trickier also in some ways. Now, there's some advantages and disadvantages, I would guess. It's probably more ergonomic than rolling, like controller rolling, controlling. Well, yeah, you know, rolling on your own finger does allow you to do kind of a emergency tap if you miss a roll, if you under roll, or just use that other finger for one of the fingers in rolling, right? Because you get that other finger which can press the button that's hovering over it. Gold getting a quick tap of that piece over to the left side. And this is a very dependent board. That T is barely just going to get over. This is going to be tough for gold to work this down. And I don't think he's going to know. That's going to be a top out for gold at 679. Weisbrot, you are good at 755. If you want to mullen it out a little, you can. Just take it to 29 if you want. That is fine. Whatever you want to do. But we'll give Weisbrot his... Yeah, that was a very good effort from gold. I mean, some really, you know, clutch, emergency little quick taps and barely just getting piece over and that. But Weisbrot was already too far ahead. And even if he had gotten out of it, I mean, there were so few lines left that how is he going to catch him, you know? Oh, whoop. Yeah, he was trying to build up for 2, but couldn't get there. All right, GG's. There you go. New pieces are here, players. Those are the new pieces. When you're ready, you can take a moment if you need it. Yeah, he was set up for 1 and could have skimmed his way into another Tetris setup there. What still would have been enough. His Tetris is there worth 36,000 points. Wouldn't have quite been enough for the max out, but close. But yeah, if you're on a fairly decent pace, you know, max out pace and, you know, 30 something lines away, you can just mullen it out, guys. In Das Masters, you know. Yeah, no problem. We'll run a quick ad. We haven't run any ads today. It is all tied up indeed, Wieneman. What's going on, Wieneman? Mr. Brain is here. Mark. Christopher W., you are here. Mr. Burrow. We got 2 Misters. Mr. Brain and Mr. Burrow. Kip Duran was here earlier. Zoltan, Super Kai, and then letters that I don't understand. Okay, looks like both players are ready. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3. 1-1 tied up. Let's go. LIOL. I think that's what the Olympics uses, right? Is those standard country codes, so that is that's why I use them instead of flags, although they, you know, I just don't want to have flags on there. I gotta admit, guys, even though I've had this layout not too long, maybe about a year or so, like with the player names, I might change them again. I do get, you know, I'm a bit mercurial when it comes to the name boxes, and I just sometimes I get an idea and I want to follow it through, you know. So those might be changing again. I'm going to try to prevent myself from changing them, but bringing back circles. Well, yeah, like corner boxes, like I guess rounded corner boxes. Maybe. Okay, what is the name of that adjustment where you overhang the L piece for a J-tuck? Oh, bringing back circles for points? No. Never. That'll never happen. Well, I guess don't say never when Vandy's involved. Okay, we are underway in game 3. Gold 168, 149 for Weisbrot. 1 line apart. Best of 7 finals would be awkward. Yeah, in fact, I think that happened and I forgot to make an extra dot. So I don't even remember what I did. Like, I think we just didn't worry about it and said, oh, you win. I don't remember exactly. I'm sure somebody remembers. 224 for gold, 200 for Weisbrot. They're each going to Tetris. Tetris is on 18, 22,800. They're less than a Tetris apart. When we do the tap tournament in July, like we are planning to do, and I got to keep reminding myself to say when, not if. When we do it in July, do you think we should bring back the old layouts for CTM, or at least be heavily inspired by some of the legacy layouts, like the 2018 and 2019 layouts? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. It wouldn't be the exact replica, but it would have elements from the previous ones. I think that would be fun. It would be some extra hours on my part, but I would really enjoy it, so why not? Column 2 Tetris waiting for gold. He's going to get it, 393, and he's going to take a couple burns and move that well where it belongs. 394 for gold, 351 for Weisbrot. Could track players who won Masters as a tapper. Yeah, I think Alex T was the last one, but there'd already been roller victories by then too, right? Tetris for gold, 421. 398 Weisbrot. Is that how it went down, or was it just clean, like, okay, Alex won, that was it, tappers took over? Yeah, I've got to get the word out, Zelazawi. Tetris Weisbrot 493, 492 for gold. Well, yeah, I think Corian is usually open to being invited to things, but I think the days where he's just gonna compete in open play tournaments, he's not gonna just kind of show up to them because, well, he's tapping and rolling is a dominant play style now. Although, how crazy would it be if Corian showed up and he had a secret, he's like learning rolling, and all of a sudden he just comes out as this goated roller. That would be my favorite. 529 for Weisbrot, 592 for gold. Yeah, he played at the Japan tourney because, he wants to support that local scene, but he's not going to show up to like CTM and just start playing. You know what I mean? And, it's a chance to meet up with all his friends. He has a lot of friends in the, Japan classic Tetris communities. 649 for gold, 586 for Weisbrot. And these matches have been going the distance. This has been a good round one matchup so far. I mean, they've been going, the first one, or the second one, yeah, went pretty easy. So I don't know. I mean, I think these are, it's been very good games so far. Tetris Weisbrot 704, 694 for username gold. And so, yeah, it's kind of hard to predict exactly what you're going to get out of these players because I think they play fairly infrequently. Gold has got like 27 matches or whatever in the database. And Weisbrot, I don't really see him too much in CTM, although, again, once in a while. The winner will take on Tugi. A soft and cuddly individual. Everybody loves Tugi. Oh wait, not everybody loves Tugi, but I love Tugi. 792 for Weisbrot, 842 for gold. I don't wait. Everybody does love Tugi, right? I don't know. Does Tugi have haters? I don't know. Well, the only reason I say that is because Tugi can be pretty outspoken, and I like that quality in people. But I think a lot of people don't like that quality in general. 888 for gold. And that misdrop is going to complicate things, but Weisbrot might not be in a position to take advantage of it. And Weisbrot going to top out as well. I think gold probably thought he lost, but no, he was ahead by 50,000 points when they both topped out. I think Tugi's great. I'm a huge Tugi fan. Your stream crashed. Oh, rip. You were scoring blind. Well, it worked. You are ahead. Okay, new pieces, players, for when you're ready. You can feel free if you need to do a little warm up here and there once in a while. That's fine. But new pieces are here. What's up, Moodus? Moodus is here with the founder's badge. Look at this guy. I don't see a lot of founders badges lately. I gotta go see who has them. Can I just like reassign them? I think there's 10. I think that's how it works. I think there's 10 per stream. And I think there might be some limited ability to reassign some of them, but I don't remember exactly. So I might have to take yours away, Murdus. Okay, 516BF9. I'm just kidding. Okay, both players are ready. Game 4. Weisbrot needs to win to stay in. Gold up 2-1. OIJO. If someone accidentally drops their badge and you find it, do you become a founder? Oh, 10 for affiliate, 25 for partners. Got it. Good. Moodus with the info. You weren't in the 10? I'll have to look. Now you've got me curious. We are underway in game number 4. All right, both players skimming their wells open, trying to keep it open. Weisbrot now covered with a couple of rows of garbage, but nice burns there. And now just waiting on the bar. He's got, oh, look at that placement of the O. That is very wise placement of that O, trying to keep that lane open for the long bar. A lot of people get that kind of thing wrong at a beginner level, and so that is very experienced pro level DAS move there. 125 for gold, 104 for Weisbrot. Yeah, I don't know where exactly you find the Founder's badge. I thought there was some ability to kind of mess with it a little bit, but maybe not. Okay, 199 gold, 161 Weisbrot. Pronunciation of Weisbrot is pretty good. I'm trying, you know. I am trying. With the full the full acknowledgement that I will never be able to pronounce it, properly. But, I'm trying. You've only been following us for a year, for 13 months? Oh my god. Tugi. Maybe you unfollowed. You rage unfollowed. 276 for gold, 235 for Weisbrot. What is the first channel you followed on Twitch? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, yeah, I know. It was Chainsaw Ape. I don't think it exists anymore. But the reason I'm on Twitch to start with was because this guy at work, these two guys that I work with, started a Twitch channel, and they're like, you got to follow our channel. We're going to be full-time streamers. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it just to, I don't know, help you out. They needed followers. So I got on Twitch and I followed, then I watched them. And they did not become full-time streamers. Tetris for gold, 372, 334 for Weisbrot. And those two guys were Jake and Logan Paul. That's right. They were working at the call center over at VRBO. That was them. Tetris Weisbrot 383, 399 for gold. Gets the Tetris 421. Okay, the lines are tied. Gold up by 39,000 points. It's a little under 2 Tetrises. But it's early. I mean, it's really not early, though, is it? Because, in about 20 lines, they're going to have 100 very fast lines. Like, Das is just, I don't know. It just seems like a best of 5 is not enough, and best of 7 is too much. But it's a monthly tournament, so if you don't do well this month, there's always another month. Best of 5 and 2/3. Yeah, that sounds about right. You want us to do best of 6? Oh my god. Ugh. Don't even get me started. 538 for gold. 500 for Weisbrot. They enter level 19. Oh, gold was not in 19. Now is in at 562. All right, so that left side for gold, a little bit of a mess, but dealable with. Best of 6 and then a coin flip. That's brutal. They're going to film an episode of Paul American at CTWC. That's the rumor you're starting. Oh, no. I didn't even know that was a show. And I'm glad to know that that's, oh no, that's going to be a top out for Weisbrot at 543 on level 21. And username gold is good. And has taken this match 3 games to 1. Which is pretty much the score of every single CTM match. So GG CTM gold. But yeah, there's no rest for the weary. Because you have got to play against Tugi. Yeah, I got you, Tugi. You can basically tell me when you're not going to be on that, because I have that as the default for you in my alt database. CTM Gold. Yeah, it's literally a CTM Gold bracket. GG's to you, Weisbrot. It's good to have you here and to stream a match of yours, and also to be forced to say your name in as German an accent as I possibly can. Always very amusing. So GG's to you. Okay, let me go ahead and report this to the authorities. The authorities need to know about this. Username Gold 3-1. All right, no good mullen there, but that's all right, Gold. You got to play more Tetris than you can handle. All right, Weisbrot trying to run it back on 19 says, how can I got to get a better 19. Yes, Tugi matches now, yes. That's why Tugi's here. You think Tugi would be watching if it weren't right now? Okay, Tugi is number 11. You have a minor problem? What's the problem? The phone you want to use for cam wasn't plugged in, so it has no charge? Oh. Can you use something else, like a laptop or something? I mean, even if it's not ideal, it's fine. We just want to... Is that okay? Oh, Gold accusing Tugi of dodging. Wait. Oh, my goodness. Is that what it is? Oh, my phone isn't charged. First of all, who are you? SV? SV never has a charged phone. It's always like on 4%. Yeah, get face. That's fine. A lot of times that camera can like bring it down even though it's plugged in. So SV decharges his phone for CTM. Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, get face in there. Okay. Yeah, whatever you got to do, Tugi. Can you stream without your face? Here at this level, we prefer streaming with the face. We're trying to put out a decent product that people enjoy watching, and we want to see the player's face. And we need to prove conclusively that he didn't go get Mark or something to play for him. I mean, we like to get hands on camera just for game integrity issues, but we've got the Hertz and input display, so it's not going to be a real problem. You've seen others do it in other matches. Yeah, lower tiers at CTM, I think hand cam is fine, or just nothing is fine. I guess. I don't know what they do down there anymore. And then other venues and events have their own rules about it. But yeah, I don't know. I want it to be something worth looking at. I want to see the players' faces, and we're just pretty insistent on that. And, there's some people that will not want to play based on that, and that is their choice, and there are other events for them. Who did you get to run CT and FC instead of Chiller? Crinkle. So we burn those people out pretty Are people allowed to? I don't know, Voodoo's. I haven't thought about that. Oh, there's Tugi. This camera also has the effect of de-aging Tugi by about 5 years. He looks younger on this camera for some reason. All right, let me set this up real quick. Why did I say Tugi? Yeah, you just look younger. Like 14. Yeah, he's like Benjamin Button. Tugi's actually 42. I don't know if you guys knew that, but he looks like 22. Yeah, the next match is coming. Tugi versus Username Gold. All right, let me just... and Tugi, make sure you turn on your Hertz and input display. That'd be very nice. Tugi has the recorded DAS world record these days. Yeah, I don't know. Was Mark's recorded? I don't know the status of Mark's. It was, but he deleted everything? Oh, shoot. There must be a story behind that. Or was that on purpose or not? Oh, CTWC DAS. All right, we're flashing CTWC DAS there on purpose. Oh my goodness. Well, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Wow, oh, look at that. They're button buddies. You guys are button buddies. Okay. All right, players, I'm going to go ahead and give you some pieces. Tugi's like, yeah, can we just get this show on the road? I got things to do. A389DE, A389DE. That is, yeah. That's my Tugi impression. That doesn't sound natural.
Hello everyone, this is Tugi with Community Chronicles.
Did the monster voice come through? When are we going to get another? Tugi's retired. Tugi's retired. A389DE. There's nobody worth talking to except you, Murdus. You're the last one. All right. Classic Tetris Monthly DAS Masters Pink Bracket Round 2. Tugi versus Gold. Let's get them started. The winner goes to the top 16. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Gold has a 1.3. I don't know. I think I have DAS wise. I think 1.2, right? I don't think so. That's not what I had. Oh, transition trainer. Yeah, probably transition trainer. Uh-oh, we're gonna find all of Gold's PBs deleted in the next. One figured it out. Yeah, that's a choice there to delete all your PBs and stuff. Man, maybe somebody saved them. Maybe they're in the Wayback Machine. All right, on the left side, it is Tugi qualified into seed number 11 and got a first round bye. Qualified in with a 1.05 average of his best two games played in a 60-minute qualifier Tugi is from Austria, AUT, that's what it stands for. The former DAS score world record holder, and I guess the only and the highest score that you actually can see right now. Played with DAS online, except for one that's been deleted and one that was done with save states, almost certainly. So Tugi's right now got the second highest on the PB leaderboard, ranked number 15 in the DAS Premier poll. He's been in the Masters event, the 16-player version, a few times, and I think he's in the Masters event this month. Again, he was fourth in the CTWC DAS tournament. That's the one in Germany in 2022, top 8 in 2023, and gold is going to top out at 87,000. I'm reading my dumb stats, and username gold is going to top out in game one here at 87,000. So Tugi, that's tough giving Tugi a gift game one. Oh no. Weisbrot was like, you could have done that against me, dude. All right, new pieces, players 6-7, EA, E7. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry. Okay. Both players have signaled ready. Game two, Tugi up a quick 1-0. Anyway, Tugi with a lot of high finishes over at the CTWC Germany. It's not CTWC Germany, but it's CTWC's DAS World Championship that is played in Germany. Tugi also played in the gold bracket of CTWC in both online years, as well as in 2022 and 2024. Played in CTEC in 2020 and 2021, and in the Austria event, if you can believe it, the last 2 years, and was the winner of the the first, I think that's the first CT DAS, no, CT DAS test. It was not the first, right? It was CT DAS 2022, but I think NGC Man had already won a couple of them, and then Tugi won one, I think is how it went. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it was CT DAS Test Tournament 2022. Yeah, because there was one in 2021. And that is Tugi on the right side. It is username gold, qualified in with a 970,000 qualifier, and beat Weisbrot in round one to get here to round two. Gold from North Macedonia with a DAS PB of 1.23 million, good for about 7th on the overall list. Only 28 matches now in the match database, but he's been around for a long time. Since 2020, just kind of playing here and there, and is the winner of the 6-4 Invitational in 2022. Who can forget where they were when the 6-4 Invitational was happening in 2022? I'll never forget where I was. Where was I? 171 for gold, 190 for Tugi. So the winner of this will make it into the top 16. And will eventually play Merker. So this is a very fortunate bracket, because like everybody's, clustered around the same few time zones. Merker in Finland, Tugi, Austria, Weisbrot in Germany, username gold, North Macedonia. So actually relatively easy to schedule. And gold up near the top of the board here, trying to bring this down Okay, that T is going to work out great. Another T to open the right side and a long bar over to the right side. Tetris Gold 232, 307 for Tugi. Are they all UTC +1? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the exact. Oh, that's something I could put into my data sheet as like a calculated field. Maybe I could do that. 279 for gold, 354 for Tugi. No, that actually wouldn't work because some countries are more than one time zone. But yeah, they should all be fairly easy to schedule, just at least time zone wise. Of course, people do have their work schedules and things like that. At some point, we're going to do a like CTM World Cup where we'll define some regions. This is sort of on my wish list. 382 for Tugi, 349. We'll define like 8 regions or something like that. And then just the 4 best players in each region will play it out in a 64 player or 32 player tournament. And then there'll be one representative from each region to play in, the top 8. So that is something that's on my list. Maybe it'll count as a Masters level event. Maybe we'll make it 64 players so we can really get, like a top 8 from each region. I just have to define the regions, And I've got some ideas on paper for that. There's got to be multiple U.S. regions, of course, because we got to have our U.S. Hegemony must be preserved. All right, three, like U.S. West, U.S. East, something like that. 414 for gold, 547 for Tugi. Yeah, if we did it with 64 players, then like each one of those is like a little mini regional tournament. Wait, some esports have Australia as North America? What? Why would they do that? $448 for gold, $595 for Tugi on 19. They don't know what other server to put them on? We'll put them on like I don't know. Couldn't you put like Australia, like New Zealand, and then Pacific Islands, and I don't know. Maybe there's not enough people to fill that out. 532 for gold, 651 for Tugi. Europe is also North America. Oh my goodness. It's fighting words. Okay, Tugi, kind of a situation in the middle of his board. He's bowling out the left and the right, trying to get material over there. And it's working out. Tugi, very smart here, is up over 100,000 points, even despite this dig. Gold at 546, Tugi at 666. So yeah, maybe we should make that happen this year, the CTM World Cup. All right, we got to do it. Oh no, username gold in trouble and just cannot get a bar. And he's like flipping off the world. He's like, where's my bar? Where is my bar? So that's going to be a top up for gold. Tugi is good in game number 2. If you want to mullen it out, you can mullen it out. Oh, all right. I mean, if you wanted to mullen, you can. You're not going to get a 1 point free for that, but whatever you want to do. Okay. Okay. Live match fixing. Great. This is what we need. All right. Looks like both players are ready for game number 3. Tugi is up 2-0, so Gold is up against it. The winner of this goes to the top 16 to take on Merker, who is the number 6 seed out of Finland. And yeah, that match will take place at some point. Don't know when that's going to be. But that's going to be in the same, part of the bracket as Leo, who's the number 3 seed. So this would normally, you're seeing it as a pink match, but it's in the sort of red, kind of meta bracket here, or whatever you want to call it. Dirty Tetris for Gold, 93,000. Uncovers the right side, gets reestablished. Tugi Tetris, also 117. There's one for Gold, 117. Same line count, and Gold ahead by half of a single line clear worth of points. Tetris for Tugi, S flat right side. I still got to remember to see that, and I got to remember to I can set up Z spins too when I see a Z coming. I gotta remember to do those. I'm getting there. Puzzles are helping. I feel like the max out is coming this year for your old pal Van Dweller. I'm just doing a lot fewer stupid things. There's a lot less stupidity. I just got to play. I got to put in time. What's up, Zempro? How's it going? I missed Das Masters last month. This tourney is the best. Thank you. I mean, this is my personal passion project. I love Das Masters. Always wanted there to be a vibrant Das scene. I was hoping that, maybe more of the old CTWC people might figure out a way to make their computers work. Install more gigabytes or whatever they need to do and play. And we got some of them, and we had, Josh Tolles in. Jeff has played. Alboriginal with the Prime sub 2 months. Thank you, Alboriginal. Appreciate that. Okay, Tugi setting up the VITs. I mean, look at these tuck setups and everything. Tugi very efficiently back into Tetris readiness. He gets to Tetris 282, but Gold right now, 365 through 84. Oh yeah, Quaid could definitely qualify for this pretty easily. But maybe one day we'll get him in there somehow. Maybe in the run up to Jonas Cup, I'll just send a little feeler like, hey, if you want to play a tournament online just to tune up. If he's even going to Jonas Cup, I don't know. I'm very curious to see what Jonas Cup looks like for year number 2. Harry could get in, I think, most months. Sometimes he blows hot and cold on his stream, though. And he'll just have a run, which is... This was your third appearance, not your second? Oh, didn't I say that? I thought I said... Oh, yeah, I had it written second, but that was from last month. So I think, yeah, this is your... I thought I said third appearance, though. That's what I was saying in my brain. But all right, third. Yeah, Quaid did play very well in Jonas Cup. Oh, no, that left side for username goal. That is going to be fatal. And I was watching it happen in slow motion. So 449 top out for gold. Tugi with a 450 chase down. I was like, oh, no, he's not really going to try to put that over there and miss, right? Tetris for Tugi, 443. He's set up again. And the Tetris is going to seal it for Tugi. And Tugi is good 3-0 against username gold, but you thought it would get over. I was like, I don't think that's getting over. Those L's to the left stood up like that. They do not love to get over. They do not love that. So, man, it would have gone, yeah, it would have gone upside down. Upside down, it would have. Yeah, if you put it upside down, and then, you know, you could have gotten like a J over there to clear away what's left. Like that could have worked, but, you know, it's very easy to tell you after the fact, you know, with 10 minutes to think about it. Anyway, GG's username gold. Love having you here. It's so good. And hope to have you here again, although, you know, you've played like an average of 5 matches per year, so we'll see if that actually happens. But GG's to you. And GG's Tugi, you are a winner, and you will be going to the top 16. So let me go ahead and report this, and we'll take a look at the bracket 3 to 9. Oh, look at these beautiful individuals expressing love for one another. It's kind of sickening, actually, but it's all right. It's also a little heartwarming. You have a good setup now. You're going to be playing every month. Great. Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. All right. You just got to work on those L's to the left. Tugi, does that L get to the left? You see on Gold's board, does that L get to the left with full DAS? It gets there with a quick tap, but does it get there with full DAS, Tugi? You're not the person to ask. I thought you would know. Tugi plays by feel. He only knows in-game. Got it. Tugi would know. He's only got the highest currently recorded DAS score, so 10 is possible with quick tap, right? Yeah, see, I don't think that's a... So did you try to quick tap it over? I'm wondering if Gold tried to quick tap it over. Or if you just thought it would get over. You did not tap it. Okay, yeah. See, I don't think that gets over. Anyway. All right, well, that is when you think it gets over. Right? Anyway. All right, well, thanks so much. Let's go ahead and take a look at our... let's look at our thing. Long bar is 10 and L is the same limits. Is it? I don't know. Maybe. I guess we can run it in the bot in Twitch, right? Not in Discord, in Twitch. What am I talking? In Discord. The only archive snapshot for Marks is 1.35 when he deleted it. Oh, got it. Yeah, different columns. All right. Well, there it is. Tugi going to play Merker later in the month. Here's your top 16. It is taking shape. We've got Blue Scooty in to play against Dog. We've got Tugi in to play against Merker. Chroma is in to play against NGC Man. And Myles is in to play against Eliash. So 4 more top 16ers to be determined. And when is that going to be, by the way? I have no idea. Let me look. I don't think my schedule slide is up to date anymore. But I will look. tomorrow Masters Blue, tomorrow Masters Pink. So Monday is the Masters Day. It's the Monday Masters, you know. It's got to run, you know, Monday Night Masters. Oh, ooh. But yeah, Monday Masters, and then, yeah, when is Das Masters next? The next Das Masters is Tuesday night. That's going to be Aqua, or Teal, I guess. Wallbant versus Uf Means Egg. Winner versus Scotto. And then Wednesday, it says Knight versus Sharky, but I don't think that's happening. And then, yeah, those are the other two. So the other two Das Masters are not scheduled yet, I guess. So I guess we'll see what's going on with Das Masters. Anyway, folks, thanks again for hanging out, and thanks to our players for rescheduling this on short notice. Appreciate that. Very fun to have you all here. Thanks to our patrons for supporting the channel. Sticker, double sticker, and community level members Scott Gray J in the window, K9 Tacky, Mega Masters level, Corporal 31 shall be a Masters level, Troy Dan, KM, Rogue Potato, Cat Kid, McMonkey, and Mila at the bracket sponsor level. Also, where's this? Let's see. This should work. Zempro, DJ Mr. Barl, Alboriginal with the subs or resubs. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Prize pool is at $69.69. Thank you to Rogue Potato for doing that. All right, everybody. YouTube, you are dismissed. We'll see you tomorrow for a couple of Masters matches. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful day. You're welcome, Silver Sauce. I love Das too. Take care. Okay, Twitch. We're going to... all right, Zempro's working on it.